Welcome to Modern Migration Australia. I'm Filippo Pellegrino, and today we're going to answer probably the most asked question that we find on the internet, and that is, do you need a visa to come to Australia? So the short answer is yes, 100%. You absolutely must have a visa before you come to Australia. That's actually only the short answer. The other part of this question really is, do you actually qualify for a visa to come to Australia? Now, because all visas that come to Australia are subject to a range of criteria. Now, some of those criteria include health, character, which is a very, very important criteria, as is health, and indeed the purpose. That is, why do you want to come to Australia? So that's these are probably the three most important parts of it. So health criteria basically is that if you have an infectious disease of some kind, or generally you're in poor physical condition, you would actually be denied even a visitor visa, which is a bit harsh, but again, we're dealing with the criteria that exist. So health is actually quite important. Character. Character is a really, really important one. So the character criteria is quite a topical issue at the minute, but character really requires a person to meet what is called the character test. And that basically means that any person who has a criminal conviction for which they spent time in jail or had a suspended sentence of 12 months or more would basically fail the character test, which in turn means that your visa could be refused, most likely will be refused. There are ways of dealing with this character issue, but it requires special submissions and it takes an exceptionally long period of time. For example, we had a visitor visa for a person with a character issue that took 2.5 years for that visa to be decided. Unfortunately, that's the way this system works. And the purpose, why do you want to come to Australia? So your visa, the type of visa that you would apply for, everybody has to have one, as we understand. So the purpose of why do you want to come to Australia determines what visa you should actually apply for. So it's to visit family and friends, or come for a holiday, it's visitor visas. If it's for study, of course, that's student visas. If it's for permanent relocation, that can be through the skilled visa program. It might be via the business program. And of course, it could also be through the refugee program. So the refugee program is probably separate to the majority of the visas that we do, but it's certainly part of that process. So again, short answer, do you need a visa to come to Australia? 100% yes, you do. In fact, if you're travelling by commercial flight or by cruise ship or any other the regular means of entering Australia, you don't have a visa before you get on the plane or the boat, you won't be getting on the plane or the boat. So that's really important to understand. So yes, great question. And yes, hopefully we've helped you answer it today. Look forward to speaking with you again shortly.